Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Shaw.
21 minutes before the hour now, and storm after storm after storm has pounded the Gulf Coast this season. The record-breaking Atlantic hurricane season has caused some heartbreaking damage, and they're in for a little more before this is over. Britt Conway reports that more than 10 million people along the Gulf Coast are under tropical storm warnings because of the latest storm named Beta.
The Gulf Coast is bracing for a big storm again. This time it's Beta. There have been so many storms this season, we've made it to the Greek alphabet. The only other time that's ever happened was back in 2005. This season's storms have really battered the Gulf Coast.
It's like every month or every other week we're having to deal with this stuff. So
Louisiana's governor sent out a series of tweets telling people to prepare for heavy rainfall and the threat of storm surge and flooding. Leaders in Texas have been doing the same.
We are not to the worst of it yet. That's one thing I do want to point out to everyone.
Beta's outer bands have already been lashing the coast, but heavy rain is expected Monday along with storm surge.
We're looking at the next couple of days with as much as 15 inches of rain along the coastline.
And that could mean major flooding.
All the places that would flood in a really severe thunderstorm are likely going to flood to this time for more than just a few minutes, though.
Which is why officials want people to pay attention.
Things literally can change in a matter of a few hours or so.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Well, this is a current look at that tropical storm. It is grinding away right along the Texas coast, and the rain bands that are associated with this are going to bring heavy, heavy rain to the Louisiana area, and this is going to move inland, and all of that inland area is expecting some heavy rain. And along the coast, they're going to get high winds, rip tides, and storm surge as well. Well, around Central Oregon this morning, we are improved dramatically. Thanks to our friends at eSpace, we are looking at much better conditions. Those air sensors around there putting all of us in a moderate air quality. Now, there's a couple of spots here and there that are a little bit improved, or a little bit worse than that, I should say. But overall, this is a massive improvement over where we were last week. Here's a peek at our smoke forecast. This is going to really be very telling. Now, you may recall that our smoke forecast was well into the red and all into the purple area last week. This gray area that you're seeing is very light. In fact, this afternoon, almost entirely clear. Northwesterly breezes, however, are going to bring some of those some of the smoke from those fires, rather, into our area, and it'll get a little bit thicker tonight. But even at that, it doesn't get above that light range. We are going to see much better conditions than we have seen over the last several days. Beginning Saturday, it started to clear up, and we're in much better shape now. And you can already see that. You may recall that Highway 97 here in La Pine was smoked out last week. Well, the western U.S. is in pretty good shape here. We are anticipating the arrival of a low pressure center that's already starting to bring a little bit of rain to the west coast of Washington. Some of that's going to sweep its way through Astoria. Portland will see some clouds through the course of the day. Not likely they'll get much by way of rain until they get into tonight. Central Oregon, we're looking at pretty clear skies. That's actually helped our temperatures drop considerably. La Pine now down to 23 degrees, 32 in Sun River, 34 shared by Sisters in Prineville. The rest of us kind of scattered through the 40s, so a much cooler morning than we have seen. Breezes this morning have been light and variable, generally out of the south, but overall not much wind at all. Later this afternoon, we will get some northwesterly breezes, as we were saying, that'll pick up to about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Some areas might get gusts a little bit higher than that, and that won't last long. Those breezes will turn light and variable this evening and then stay that way overnight. Well, for most, mid to upper 70s today. just a couple of degrees above average, and overnight lows will be cold once again, but maybe not quite as chilly as you're seeing this morning. Low 30s to low 40s. Pollen counts are not going to be a big deal, and neither is the smoke. In fact, we are going to stay pretty average for a couple of days. Late day Wednesday, we get some showers that push in. With that will come some cooler air that'll keep us fairly chilly through Thursday and Friday. This will all be followed by a very pleasant weekend.